Are you anxious attached? Why is it so hard for you to make changes? Keep watching. You're not repeating relationships because you keep meeting the wrong people. You're repeating them because of a pattern inside of you. I'm Dr. Marianna Turov. I'm an anxious attachment neuroscientist and researcher, and this is NeuroIdentity. Let's look at what's actually happening. Have you ever asked yourself, if I know so much about attachment, why do I keep making the same mistakes? You've read books, you've watched videos, you listen to podcasts, you may even have gone to therapy and spent money on it. You know your triggers, you know your attachment style, you know what healthy behavior looks like, you know what toxic behavior looks like. Yet the moment relationship anxiety appears, everything you know seems to disappear. You text again, you seek reassurance, validation, you overthink, you become emotionally reactive, and afterwards you sit there wondering, what the hell is wrong with me? Today I want to explain why this happens, and more importantly, why knowledge alone is not enough to create secure attachment. Because the real problem is not what you know. The real problem is what your subconscious mind, your nervous system inside your body, and your identity has been trained to do. Most people believe change happens through awareness. Okay, that's a step. They believe that once they understand their patterns, those patterns will disappear. Unfortunately, that's not how the human mind works. Understanding a pattern and changing a pattern are two completely different processes. You can understand anxious attachment intellectually. You can understand why you fear abandonment. You can understand why you seek validation. You can know your inner wounded child. You can understand why rejection affects you so deeply. But understanding does not automatically create emotional regulation. And this is where most people get stuck. They become experts in their problems, they never become practitioners of secure attachment. As a result, every time relationship stress appears, they return to the same behaviors, the same old anxious attached golem attitude. Not because you're weak, not because you're broken, but because you're running a program that has been practiced thousands of times. Think about it. If you have spent 10 years saying yes when you wanted to say no, your nervous system has learned that saying yes is safe. If you have spent years chasing unavailable people, your nervous system has learned that chasing unavailable people is normal. If you have spent years seeking reassurance, your nervous system has learned that reassurance is necessary for life, for safety. And when stress appears, the brain defaults to what is familiar, not to what is logical, not to what is healthy, not to what is best, not to what does not compromise your Christianity. It goes to what is familiar. Now let's go over the neuroscience, because that's what I do. This is one of the most important principles you will ever learn. The subconscious mind always prioritizes survival over logic. Your conscious mind may want secure attachment. I know you want it. I know you do. But your subconscious mind wants predictability, what it already knows. The subconscious mind is built on repetition. Repeated emotions, repeated beliefs, repeated behaviors, repeated experiences. And over time, these repetitions become automatic programs. And those programs become identity. This means your relationship behaviors are not simply bad habits, they are identity expressions. Your beliefs influence your emotions influence your nervous system, and your nervous system influences your behavior. And your repeated behavior reinforces that anxious attachment identity. This creates a self-sustaining loop. The identity machinery that is your body, your subconscious mind, and your belief system and your identity, all working together to reproduce what they have practiced before, thousands of times. This is why insight alone rarely creates transformation, because insight happens at the conscious level. Conscious level is YouTube watching, magazine reading, book reading, even therapy works at the cognitive, at the conscious level. But your behaviors are often being driven by your subconscious subconscious conditioning. You cannot outthink a system that has been emotionally rehearsed for years. You must retrain it. If you've trained it before for years, you can retrain it now. Now, let's go over the solution. If this content is helping you understand yourself more clearly, I've put together a deeper system called NeuroIdentity. You can join the masterclass, and if you want to go deeper, join the newsletter to access the waiting list for the full NeuroIdentity System that will be released in September 2026. And I will leave the link below. So this is where most people make a critical mistake. They try to become the opposite version of themselves overnight. They decide, I'm going to stop people pleasing. I'm going to start setting boundaries. I'm going to say no to everyone. And for a few days, they succeed. Then everything falls apart. Why? Because they attempted a behavior revolution without creating a new identity at the subconscious level. Your identity cannot sustain changes when your nervous system perceives those changes as unsafe. Instead of forcing yourself to say no immediately, start smaller. If your automatic response is always saying yes, practice saying maybe, or let me think about it, or I'll get back to you, or not right now, right? Notice what you're doing. You're creating space between the trigger and the response. And in that space, a new identity can begin to form. At the same time, develop emotional regulation, because emotional regulation is the bridge between awareness and transformation. And it's the biggest difference between a secure attached person and an anxious attached person. Secure attached people have emotional regulation as part of their natural equipment. An anxious attached person doesn't, but don't worry. With me, you're going to learn. When your body's calm, your thinking improves. When your body's calm, your beliefs become easier to challenge. When your body's calm and regulated, you stop reacting from fear and start responding from wisdom. This is how secure attachment is built. Not through force, not through motivation, not through more information, through gradual retraining of your whole nervous system, subconscious mind, and belief system. Because the goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to teach your mind and body that a new way of relating to people is safe. And when that happens, secure attachment stops being something you do. It becomes who you are. If you take one lesson from this video, let it be this. You're not struggling because you lack knowledge. You're struggling because your body has been practicing a different reality for years. And what has been practiced can be retrained. One belief, one emotion, one regulated response at a time. Whoever tells you, give me 5 minutes a date and use my app and I'll heal your anxious attachment, is lying to you. Because identity change through anxious attachment to secure attachment requires more than 5 minutes a day. Okay? This is neuroidentity, not behavior change, identity change. I hope this video served you, and I will see you on the next one.